Shabana Mahmood.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. The Rohingya are the most persecuted minority in the world, and their persecution is not a recent phenomenon but is of long standing. They are a people rendered stateless in their own land. If they're not being beaten, murdered or raped, then they're being starved, literally starved, because of the closure of food markets in Rakhine State. The scale, Madam Deputy Speaker, of what they face is unimaginable, and we have heard many moving examples from members across this chamber today. This is a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. Let there be no doubt about that, and all of the horror that that entails. We have heard about the more than 500,000 refugees that have fled in recent months to Bangladesh, but also of the more than 200,000 that were already there, having fled violence previously. And I was just reflecting, Madam Deputy Speaker, on the fact that in this House we've had so many debates about whether we as a nation should take a few thousand unaccompanied child refugees from the ravaged land that is Syria into our nation, one of the most prosperous on earth. And there you have Bangladesh, one of the poorest nations on earth, now housing 800,000 refugees. I don't know that we can say that we would be so generous, Madam Deputy Speaker, if we face the situation that the Bangladeshis are facing. And so I do implore the Minister, and I know other members have already made this point, that not only must we offer every assistance to the Bangladeshi government, and I welcome the efforts that have been made already, but we must strain every sinew as regards to humanitarian assistance and using the particular expertise that we in this country have to make sure that we support the Bangladeshi government as fully as we possibly can, and implore the rest of the world to do the same. I won't because of a shortness of time. I apologise. I also agree that we should make sure that we keep a laser-like focus on the military, and I support the calls that other members have made for arms bans and visa bans for military personnel in Myanmar and their families, and that I hear the argument about Min Aung Hlaing, the military leader, who, as other members have said, if we wanted to, he could stop this overnight. But I do not want us to get away from the moral responsibility that there is on Aung San Suu Kyi. I take on board the points about the military leadership, and I hear the argument that says that Aung San Suu Kyi does not have power, that this is a country that is transitioning to democracy, that she has to tread a fine line, and that there is a fear of overthrow by the military leadership. But the compromise of transition to democracy cannot come at the cost of turning a blind eye to ethnic cleansing. That is abhorrent. That is a total corruption of democracy and everything that democracy stands for. This idea that Aung San Suu Kyi has no power, well, for many years not only did she have no power, but she did not have her liberty. Yet she used the one power that she did have, the power of her voice, the power to speak out, and now she has fallen silent and brought her Nobel Peace Prize into disrepute. If she hasn't been utterly silent, all she has done is acted as an apologist for the military regime and denied the truth of the crisis that has fallen upon the Rohingya in Burma. And this point about raising her voice is so important, because she's got to stand and make an argument for what democracy is. Democracy is not the tyranny of the majority by having a vote and saying we're going to persecute a minority. It is founded on a principle that says human rights are universal, and the universality of human rights has to be accepted in Myanmar if it is ever going to be a democracy worthy of the name. And that is the argument that Aung San Suu Kyi could make and should make, and we in this House must call that out, because if in this, the Mother of Parliament, we don't stand up for the true nature of democracy, then I fear all would be lost.